Hi, everybody. Welcome to a new season of me ranting and raving about Rangers. And let's hope this season there'll be more raving than ranting, although that's dubious as I speak right now. Thanks to that pesky, unbiased SFA computer, once again, Rangers start the season with one of the more difficult away games. Last season it was Kilmarnock away with that plastic pitch, and this season it was the third best team in the country at Tynecastle. Well, obviously Celtic always get a nice easy home game. There's no reason why we couldn't have had a home game this season because Celtic were playing on the Sunday and we're on the Saturday, so we could easily have played a game at home. But no, let's give them a hard game away just to get them on the wrong foot to begin with. But that's computers for you, I don't know what they're doing half the time. Anyhow, that's first rant. Anyhow, when I looked at the Rangers team, I thought, oh no, look at that. One new player starting, and that was Connor Barron, who incidentally turned out to be the best guy in the team and maybe the youngest probably. So not a great start when you look at the lineup and you see guys that I never want to see start again this season unless it's an emergency. Tavernier, Davis, Lawrence, Drossers, Wright. These guys shouldn't be starting again. So if I'm looking for an upbeat talk here, I'll say hopefully the team that started yesterday will never be seen again as a starting lineup because we do have about 7 or 8, 9 new players. So surely once they get up to speed or fit, we'll actually do better than we did yesterday. Although having said that, a nothing each draw at Tynecastle, I suppose. First game of the season, maybe even better than we expected beforehand. Funny enough, when you think about it, the final league game of last season at Tynecastle was 3 each, and this one could easily have been the same yesterday because there were so many chances, missed chances, good goalkeeping, 2 or 3 decent saves from both goalkeepers. So that could have ended another 3 each or 4 each, but ended in a 0-0 draw, which wasn't as boring as it maybe looks on paper. I suppose it's a step up as well from last season when we lost 1-0 to Kilmarnock in the opening day, and they're not as good a team as Hearts, obviously. And I expect Hearts to finish third this season again. They look as if they've got something about them that will keep them ahead of the rest of the pack. So, anyhow, any more upbeat comments I could make about yesterday? We made chances, we missed chances. Drossers, of course, he had, I think, 3 chances, and 2 of them should have been in the net. One, he pulled it down nicely and then tried to chip the goalkeeper when he could have just prodded it either side of him, and he chipped it over the bar. The third one, no, second one it was that he missed was even worse because he chopped back nicely inside, free shot at goal. Should have hit it to the far post, but no, he hits it straight at the goalkeeper who blocks it with his legs. And then the final one in the second half, I can almost forgive him. It was a reasonable header, although it was only out 6 yards, and it hit the bar, then the post, and came away. But strictly speaking, a proper striker should be burying a header from 6 yards, not hitting the bar. So anyway, that's him back to normal. So we desperately need a proper centre forward. And funny enough, there was one on the park yesterday called Shankland. And I would say we should be spending the 2.5 million we got for the Dud Lammers and just offering it to Hearts right now for Shankland. And that would boost everybody's energy and feelings as soon as they see him holding that scarf above his head. But who knows, maybe they don't even fancy him. Maybe Big Phil's looking for somebody else. I'll just generalise. Actually, I don't want to go through that whole game. It was an open game, end to end. Hearts had the better of the first half, probably the first 30 minutes anyhow. Rangers had the better of the second half. We got more of a grip of the game. The defence looked a bit better when Balogun came on for Davis, who's just hopeless. Get rid of him. That's another one we want to sell. So we were better in the second half, made a few chances. They could have scored as well. Both sides hit the woodwork. Both sides had their goalies making good saves. So it was an actual one of these even games, despite the fact we had 63% possession. Most of that wasn't in the final third, but in terms of shots on target, it was the same. They had more shots at goal than us. So presumably they were wayward or we blocked them. I hope it was the case of we blocked them, because at least that would be decent defending. So it was an even game. You can't complain about the draw. No refereeing decisions to moan about for us. Hearts might moan about a penalty against Barron when it hit his arm. But according to the newspapers, the new rules that are being implemented, or the new interpretation, will stop that kind of penalty being given, because we suffered a few times in the last couple of seasons with that kind of decision. So at least that was one break we got. The thing that really annoys me the most is, for a lot of last season, Big Phil was going on about how ill prepared the players seemed to be in terms of fitness, how the pre-season fitness regime hadn't prepared them for a long, hard season, etc. And his team was going to be super fit. And here we are, even before a league ball's kicked, Sterling and Raskin injured. And then in the first half of the first league game, Cortez gets injured, one of our shining hopes, I would say, for being able to change a game or score a vital goal. So 3 guys out injured already, and we've only played 1 league game. So much for Big Phil's fitness regime. If we don't look any fitter or faster in the coming weeks, I wonder what this director of fitness, well, it's really director of performance that Phil brought in, I wonder what he's been doing, what's so different about his training regime compared to the Beale or the Van Bronckhorst ones. So that's not a good sign, unless it is just, first game of the season, I suppose. So give them a bit of leeway. The other thing is the recruitment. I mean, we lost 10 players now. I've written a list down here of the 10 guys who've gone, right? So McLaughlin, Barisic, Jack, Golson, Roof, Sima, Silva, McCrory, Lammers and Cifuentes. 10 guys gone and about 7 or 8, I think, brought in. And only one of them started yesterday, and one came on with half an hour to go. That was Czerny, the right winger. Now, he looked a couple of cases as if he could have something about him. Nice footwork 2 or 3 times. So it remains to be seen if he's the answer to that right wing problem we've had for years. Let's hope he is. So only 2 of the new guys actually played yesterday, so that's worrying as well. Obviously, Proper, the central defender from 20, he'll play as soon as possible. And apparently the paperwork wasn't done for yesterday, so hopefully he'll play in Poland against Dynamo Kiev on Tuesday, and then obviously Hampden against Motherwell. He looks as if he could be the very sort of player we need at the back. Plenty of experience, a leader, good tackler, good in the air. If he does his job, that might even solve the defence, because, strictly speaking, if everybody was fit, my defence would be Sterling, Suter, Proper and Yilmaz with Big Jack behind them. And to me, that'd be a good defence. Barron's been looking good, best man yesterday. Diomande did a few good things, but it didn't look brilliant. He's been much better. Ahead of him, he had nothing. I mean, Wright, Lawrence does the odd thing, but he's not in the game enough. And Cortez didn't look that bright until he got injured anyhow, and then Drosser's doing what Drosser does. So we definitely need some of these new guys in as soon as possible. A striker especially, a new one brought in, plus Igamane up to speed. How long does it take a professional footballer to get fit? I mean, this guy's been signed for about 3 or 4 weeks and he's still not even in the squad. So Igamane, we want him. Danilo, ditto, he should be fit enough to play, at least play half an hour. So I'm hoping he gradually gets put into the team for even half an hour. That might help. Gets Czerny accustomed to his teammates, and who knows, we might actually have a team. But it's vital we get a proper striker and hopefully one tough tackling midfielder. But the main thing at this point is to get everybody fit and get the fit players fitter for the trials ahead, because it's going to be one long tough season and we need these guys to actually put in the effort and show that they've got some talent. And if they do that, I'm reasonably optimistic about what's to come. So I'll report back after the Kiev game on Tuesday, and let's hope it's a decent result. Bye bye for now.